A year ago, the Chicago Bulls looked lost. Inconsistent offense, defensive breakdowns, and zero chemistry. Fast forward to 2025, and suddenly, this team plays like they've been reborn. The ball is moving, the defense is locked in, and the vibes. Oh, Chicago is hooping again. This is the Bulls' redemption story. It wasn't long ago the Bulls were written off, directionless, inconsistent, and caught in the middle of mediocrity. But through smart roster moves, defense-first mentality, and unselfish basketball, Chicago's finally playing like a team with a purpose. This year's Bulls are a perfect blend of what I like to call the 3 Bs. And no, I'm not talking about the Better Business Bureau. I'm talking about balance, buy-in, and belief. And the turning point of this whole process has come because the Bulls found clarity in the midst of chaos. I mean, when the Bulls made that trade a while back to trade Caruso out to OKC for Josh Giddey, it was considered a bold move. It was considered a move of kind of like, huh? But hindsight being 2020, it could very well turn out to be a defining move for this front office, because what Giddey has brought in return has been great size, excellent court vision, and composure to the backcourt that was lacking at times. It's definitely paid off because his playmaking has unliked everyone else. Tre Jones playing off the ball, Buzelis attacking. Vucevic has turned back the hands of time. Yes, he has. I mean, looking like his perennial all-star self from back when he was with the Orlando Magic, and a host of other players. And for the first time in years, the Bulls' offense moves with great rhythm and trust. Oh, the chaos, gone. The chemistry, building every possession, game by game. And it's plain to see, and it's very evident in the numbers as well, because the Bulls have about 6 players who are averaging double digits. And when was the last time you seen a Bulls team have that kind of balance? Who knows? Giddey leading the way. You got Vucevic, Ayo, Buzelis, Kevin Huerter, and Tre Jones are all averaging double-digit points this season so far. Now, I know as Bulls fans, we've been hearing this all season long so far, is that the defense, everything starts with the defense. But the truth of the matter is, the reason why we've always been hearing it is because it's the truth, and the truth never changes. The Bulls' defensive revival has been a remarkable part of how this team has redeemed itself, how this team has brought itself to another level. Chicago's definitely winning with defense, and the first few games of the season, they have been smothering teams with length and intensity. And a great part of it starts with Jones at the point of attack, the harassing of the team's guards, forcing turnovers, and pretty much setting the tone early. His defensive pressure has been nothing short of disruptive, and giving the Bulls a spark they've missed in past seasons, definitely since they moved on from Caruso and even Lonzo Ball to a certain extent. But it's definitely a testament to them developing an identity to the point where checking out last night's game, or the game Tuesday night against the Philadelphia 76ers, when they got down by 20 plus points. Going into the half, as a Bulls fan, I mean, in years past, I'd have been trying to find something else to watch or check back in sparingly to see if they're going to make a comeback. But it's something about how this team's defensive identity has emerged to the point where even I, as a fan, is confident, we still going to get back in this game. Whole halftime, I'm thinking, all we got to do, play better defense, get on the offensive boards, get back to moving the basketball, get into as physical with them as they got with us in that first half, and watch how the game changes. And sure enough, that's exactly what happened. And as a matter of fact, that's a great segue into the game the other night. Chicago made that run, got that victory, 113 to 111, with Vucevic hitting the game-winning three-pointer with 3.2 seconds left. Quentin Grimes was unable to get his own potential game-winning shot to fall, and Giddey, led the way, playing at an all-star level. If he continues on this pace, he's definitely going to be up for a lot of NBA honors because he finished with a triple-double, 29 points, 15 boards, 12 assists. And as the aforementioned, Vucevic had 19 points and 10 boards, and of course the game winner. But Isaac Okoro finally put together a solid offensive game, and that's good to see him starting to find his way with the team, and he had 16 points. But getting back to the defense, that was a huge part of how they got back into it. You started to see the Bulls force turnovers, get out on the fast break, get easy baskets, find a rhythm, go on a few runs here and there, and also not only just forcing the turnovers, but getting on the boards, getting after you've had a great defensive stance, ensuring that you get the rebound so they're not getting the second chance points their second chance opportunities, I should say, that they got in the first half. And you yourself getting on the boards on both offensive and defensive side to where you got some second chance opportunities for yourself as well. So, it's a testament to the team's growing identity, to where now as a fan, you're looking at it like, you don't want to see them get down by 20 points, but you don't have this, you still have a belief or a confidence in the team that, okay, we down, but we not out. And that may not have been the case a few years ago. I would have easily been like, let me find another game on this league pass that's close and check that game out, and then check back with the Bulls to see if they made a run. And, I know that's a crazy way to watch games as a diehard fan, but let's just be real, man. It has not been fun to watch the Bulls over the last few years, and this year so far it has been outstanding. It has been funner than fun for me, and I'm here for it. But getting back to the topic at hand and how the defense has been a revival, behind Tre Jones, you still have guys like Okoro. Like I said before, he's starting to find his way defensively, offensively as well, and that's great because the running theme for him going into this season was, can the change of scenery bring out the best in him? Can it unlock all the potential that everyone talked about on draft night that he would possess, and the type of player that the expectations were for him to become? And so he's slowly starting to put together some consistent offensive games and some solid defensive games with the team as well. Also, again, Buzelis and Vucevic have done their part, sealing off the paint and, helping out on the glass. And Giddey's definitely been a phenomenal rebounding guard, do his part to help the bigs out on the glass as well. But the Bulls defense has been airtight. They've been outstanding, and it's been great to see. And I hope it continues. I hope this is a sign of great things to come for the Bulls defense and the Bulls team overall. They defend like every possession matters, because it does. Because if you're going to be a team that's trying to win basketball game, you can't take possessions off. There can't be moments where you put together a string of 4 or 5 great stops, and then you decide the next 4 or 5 plays, you're going to chill. You're going to half-hearted effort on the defensive end. You're going to do some little weak move to try to act like you're playing defense, but you're really not. Nah, it's got to be an all-game sort of thing, and that's where their depth comes in. But, unselfish play and next man up mentality, another part of this redemption story. The chemistry. What's most impressive with the Bulls with this 6-1 record is that they've done it without Kobe White, who by far going into this season many people felt like was their best player, as well as Zach Collins. He's been solid when he's played, but instead of folding, the roster pretty much is adapted. You got players off the bench like Ayo, Horter, Jalen Smith, Patrick Williams, who have all at some points of the season. Ayo in particular and Horder have been phenomenal all season. Jalen has had his moments. Patrick has had his moment. Hell, even Julian Phillips has come in and had some similar. So small impact, but impact nevertheless. That have been basically their secret weapon. And the chemistry that second unit has together along with the first has been outstanding. Ayo, he's pretty much all in. He's buying into that six-man role, which he's bringing his instant offense and defensive energy when he's healthy, because he's been out the last few games. And Horder, being the shooter that he is, provides that great floor spacing, which is perfect when guys like Giddey drives to the basket. He gives him an outlet he can pass to on the perimeter. Tre Jones, he makes, when he's running the show or handling the ball, he can get in the paint and kick it out to Horder, and Horder can knock down those shots. But Patrick Williams has been confident. Now, I know the last game against Philadelphia, he didn't really have a great game statistic-wise. I think he only finished with something like about 2 points. But he still has been confident and is aggressive again, which is something that we're going to always pick up when we see Patrick be aggressive. I hope it's something that he's continuing to do and it becomes a part of his game in and game out, to where it's not even something we're talking about anymore when it happens, because we're kind of getting used to it. But and let's not overlook that. I mean, the chemistry has been great all around. It hasn't just been on the bench. It's also been with the starters as well. The chemistry that Giddey's building with Vucevic, the chemistry he has with Matas Buzelis, and the fact that he and Tre Jones can be in the backcourt together, because both of them are pretty much, when you think about it, at some point in Giddey's career was a guy who looked to pass first. I know his offensive game has definitely improved over the last few years and it's gone to another level this year, but he's basically him and Tre Jones are pretty much guys who are primarily known to be the ball handlers on the court when they're out there, and the fact that they can play very well together in the backcourt is a testament to both of those young men's ability to wanting to lock in and wanting to play together, and not only that, but wanting to develop that sort of chemistry that you're going to need to develop if you're trying to go far in this league, as well as in the playoffs, still in this position around that time. But anytime you start off with a great record like they have, you can always point to some things that can very well be the reason. And of course, the toughness aspect is always going to be something you talk about, but you've had growth in a lot of players, from Ayo, who's shown growth in his game. Giddey has continued to show growth in his game. Buzelis, definitely another player who's shown great growth, but more importantly, they've developed a level of trust. There's not I'm looking to get the ball to this guy and this guy alone kind of mindset on the team. You're just letting that ball move to whoever has the best opportunity at that moment in time and let them do what it is they do. Chicago's early season success has to be taken serious. It's the product of stability, defined roles, and commitment. Giddey controls the tempo. Jones sets the tone. Buzelis, brings those flashes of stardom, and Vucevic remains that steady veteran who ties it all together. For years, the Bulls were stuck in the middle. Not bad enough to rebuild, not good enough to matter. But this group has changed that by buying into the simple things: effort, trust, and defense. They're playing for each other now. They're chasing wins. This is what redemption looks like. From chaos to chemistry, from doubt to discipline, the Chicago Bulls have flipped their story. They're not rebuilding, they're reconnecting. And if they keep playing like this, the league's about to remember what Bulls basketball really means. If you're feeling the Bulls chemistry, drop a Bulls emoji in the comments, like the video, and subscribe for more from the Red Room Chicago Bulls sessions. The Bulls are back, and this story is still being written.